We should be live. Go check out the website, bionichaos.com, and I'll answer any questions if you have any. I think we are using the correct microphone, but let me know if you can hear me okay or not. So I have the audio from the robot. So yes, full disclaimer, we are using a ChatGPT and Claude, trying the new project function. So we have a bunch of tools that are still under development. But we would like to release them so you can try them out. Yeah, this is one of them. I don't particularly like the title. Let me know if you can think of a better one. I'm still testing it. We have the project. It's called the gesture. Now the problem with this project, yeah, we did it 3 days ago. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have to get rid of the file, of the HTML file, and pop in the new version of it. Well, because when we making changes, where is it? Where is it? What? Ah, I couldn't do it from Visual Studio Code. To actually open the actual library. Now I can pop it into Claude. Okay, now it's working. It's only 2% of the project knowledge is currently limited to Claude's maximum context window size. Okay. So that should be fine. Okay, we might want to, it's what we did last time. It was actually quite successful. We open a new GPT-4. Just chat. Okay, so we have this hand movement and EMG electrode simulation. It's a JavaScript file. We are live streaming at the moment as well, so if you could co-host the live stream and address the audience directly, that would be great. Okay, we are live streaming together. Can you do very short responses and address the audience directly?
Absolutely. I'll keep my responses brief and address the viewers directly.
Okay, so we're doing a hand movement and EMG electrode simulation. It's just the JavaScript code wrapped up in HTML. I don't want you to do the coding. We have another developer doing all the coding for us. but yeah, I'm currently testing the tool. We already had a few sessions on it, so we will just like to instruct our developer as to how to improve it. Currently, like the window styling, how things appear on the front panel could be updated. Any quick thoughts?
Sure thing. To improve the front panel styling, you might consider making the buttons and text more prominent and ensuring the layout adapts well on different screen sizes. Keeping a consistent color scheme and reducing empty space can also help create a more visually appealing interface.
Hey, okay, that sounds good. Let's pop it, because humans will be just doing copy pasting, wouldn't we? We'll be lucky if we could participate. What's that stuff? Huh? It's weird. It's media. Oh, it's the actual voice chat is in there as well. And while Claude is updating the code, go check out the website. Everything we do is eventually appears on this site. So make sure you check it out. What's the name of the website we are working on?
The website you're working on is bionichaos.com.
Yeah, and what happens to all the tools we developed during YouTube live streams?
The tools developed during your YouTube live streams are available on Bionic Chaos. Viewers can access them and provide feedback through platforms like Patreon.
Well, funny you mentioned that.
I'm here to help with any more details you need.
Okay, we'll just quickly share.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
We'll quickly share the link to the live stream on LinkedIn as well. Just hopefully someone joining in. This live stream is meant to be interactive and engaging.
That sounds great. Linking it on LinkedIn should help get more viewers involved in your interactive live stream.
Yeah, we have an
Absolutely. Let's keep the audience engaged and interactive.
Yeah, so the Java developer did an updated version. Not sure it's much better, and it's also trying to actually preview the code, but we cannot preview it. Close this for a sec. We cannot preview it because, well, I don't know why, but it just doesn't work. So there might be problems with the code. Well, right, there are placeholders. There are placeholders. So the script, it's missing the script. Yeah, so I just changed the layout. I'm not sure if the layout much better. Right, we have the chat. Edit CSS variables. Okay, why? Because we actually have a CSS that we use for the website, so everything looks more or less the same. Yeah, not much of an improvement anyhow. Yeah, we have fingers moving in a different way before. I don't know which one you prefer, which one's better. Well, this code on the right is more elaborate anyway, so I might get rid of the previous version. Oh, yeah, and because we have the same Visual Studio window, every time we're doing something, it stops the camera. Okay, that means to me to have the camera in a different window. To bear with me. Yeah, while we're stuffing things up, go check out the website. That most things actually work okay at the moment. Change the name of the project. Right, webcam filter. Yeah, now it should be working okay. Just open it in a different Visual Studio Code terminal. So when we delete something in here now, should not stop the webcam. Okay, let's check the layout. Is this layout much better? But there's something jumping. Ah. Well, actually it is. It is better. Somewhat better. It is missing all the JavaScript. So we need to pop the script in it. Script in it. Script in it. Script in it. Has a good sound to it. Is scriptinet.com available? Oh, what did they what is this what are the electrons jumping for? I don't like the electrons jumping like that. Silly goose. Okay. Can we bring the okay, so we had our developer doing some changes to the code. I do like it in general, but yeah, we might instruct it to do a bit more improvements. First of all, where the diagram is of the hand, where the 3D, not a 3D, like a 2D cartoon of the hand is, it's an interactive cartoon which you can click on each finger to see what the EMG is doing on each electrode. That one's working fine. The electrodes are a bit jumpy, so we want yeah, they're meant to be like an animation when you click on the electrode, but that animation is a bit much, so it wasn't meant to be jumping all over the shop. Otherwise, yeah, looks good, except yeah, we could have improved the label of each electrode. So currently the text label overlaps the actual electrode. So if you could generate instructions for another developer to fix all these issues, that will be great.
Certainly. Here's a summary of instructions for the developer. 1. Adjust the animation of the electrodes so they move smoothly instead of jumping. 2. Ensure the text labels for each electrode do not overlap with the electrodes themselves. Maybe reposition them or change their size to fit better. 3. Consider refining the overall layout to keep the interactive elements clear and visually appealing.
Okay, so we have instructions for Claude. We would also potentially like should we ask it to generate the whole code without pop that in. And we also have we'll use our text speech to text. Yeah, pop it into okay. Can we also make sure the code can we also make sure the code is complete, so all the changes are integrated? and the code is refracted, but with no placeholders. Yeah, because if we overload the robot, it starts complaining, it starts giving us timeouts. So we need the whole code. By the way, that the real-time speech transcription is available for you to play with. Yeah, it didn't finish generating. Didn't finish generating. Didn't finish generating. And that's something weird for the animation. That was super quick. Claude response was limited as it hit the maximum length allowed at this time. Sounds like that was just my second prompt. I guess because it's in the project. Shall we try the ChatGPT project? Because they just introduced this feature recently. I can create the project, can still select the model and everything. You can add your file into it. I'm just thinking which one do we? Yeah, that copy is better because yeah, Claude stuffed things up. Yeah, it did some fancy animation stuff. I didn't ask it to, did I? Maybe I did. Yes, we go back to the previous version. Oh, come on. Okay, we added the index.html to the project. They got rid of the canvas, which was quite a bit disappointing. A bit disappointing. And there's no chat options. I can't talk to this thing. How is this? Wait. No, wait, am I adding it to the chat or am I adding it to the project files? Yeah, I'm adding it to the project files, not the chat. That's right. And what the instructions? Yeah, we said improve the front panel styling. You might consider making the buttons and text more prominent and ensuring the layout adapts well in different screen sizes, keeping consistent color scheme and reducing empty space. Well, that sounds legit. Then we also ensure the text labels for each electrode do not overlap. That sounds good as well. Yeah, that last sentence can hurt. And we have the whole script in the project files folder. Okay, we don't have buttons. You didn't actually look at the code, did you? Didn't look at the code. Or maybe you did. Yeah, okay, this is a bit better. We don't actually have buttons, so I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, wasn't great. Okay, not making much progress. We stopped using GitHub Copilot, well, because we primarily were trying to rely on Claude. But if Claude keeps timing us out, that's not very useful, is it? Can we use Haiku for this? Did I really get rid of, wait, did I really get rid of the canvas? Okay, can we make sure to improve the layout of the front panel for this web application? Actually, we can have all the text below. So we want the current window to be as is, and all the instructions as to how to use and all the explanations and everything to be scrollable, so at the bottom of the page, so they're not visible when you load the page, but you can scroll to them. And yeah, we can just reduce empty space on the page and make sure on wide, so make sure it's working well on wide screens and narrow screens as well. And I'll provide the code below. What else do we need to do? Yeah, just a simple label on top of the page, a descriptive label, but then all the text can be at the bottom. And we would like the tool to be self-intuitive to use. So if you can go over the code and find out how to make it better. At the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the HTML page, we would like to eventually regenerate the whole code with all the necessary updates. We would like the description of how it works, the theory behind it, and the future directions as well. So I don't know if you can do it in one go or in multiple stages. Up to you. Okay, let's actually try the O1. And it's text, right? So just pop all the current code into it. See what it does. Doesn't send anything with enter. It's generating code. It thought about it for a whopping 7 seconds. Won't tell me. Yes, only after you finish generating it will tell you what its thinking process was. Meant to be PhD level. I don't see text. No, there is text. Yeah, just the script is separate. So currently, this is what we have. Let's start another, make a copy of this thing. And obviously, O1 is so much better. Okay, this is the description. What was the thinking process? Ah. You can actually see the thinking process. Maneuvering layout. I'm figuring out how to make instructions scrollable at the bottom. Okay, focusing on adding heading at the top. Okay, placing the instructions at the bottom. Should do anything for wider screens? No. I mean, the code is almost 500 lines at the moment. By the way, we will be also creating an agent that will be replacing me. So eventually I'll be just using an agent to live stream. Unfortunately, it's not quite possible yet. Okay, so we had another robot improving the code, and I'm still testing it.
It sounds like you're making great progress with the testing. Let me know if you need any more help or feedback as you go along.
What else can be improved? Yeah, because essentially an agent. Because do you think an AI agent could have done this stream?
Absolutely. An AI agent could definitely help with the stream, keeping it interactive and engaging. It could also handle quick responses and provide information as needed.
No, but can it actually do the development that we do for the stream using multiple AI models? So, for example, a Python agent that will just use an API for ChatGPT and Claude, and then stream on the YouTube and deploy the web application that it made onto the website.
An AI agent could assist with various tasks like writing code snippets, generating ideas, and even helping with deployment instructions. However, it would likely need human oversight to ensure everything runs smoothly and meets your specific needs.
Yeah, the other thing in this chat, we are live streaming at the moment. Can we talk to the code? Can we chat with the code? Can you give a quick summary of the code? Make it critical and fun.
All right, code, let's break it down. You're a flashy little web app trying to simulate hand movements and EMG signals. But let's be honest, you're more show than substance. You've got SVGs doing finger yoga, EMG plots faking it with random sine waves, and a demo mode desperately pretending it's alive. Sure, you look good on wide screens now, and the instructions got shoved to the basement, but you're still relying on some predictable animations. You're doing the job, but don't get cocky. You're more science fair than neuroscience lab. Could you maybe handle real data one day? Or at least fake it better? Oh, and the glowing electrodes? Classic overachiever move. Keep it up.
Right. It's really going for it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's totally trashed it. So but you're trashing your own code. Doesn't help, does it? Would Claude wake up? Uh, yeah, I can think like a zillion of ways to improve it, but if it wasn't able to do it, okay, can you write a set of text instructions as to how we could improve the code? I'll also provide the image for what the front panel looks like. We need another image. Just so it's clear that they are so it's clear that it's animated. Well, it should know it created the code.
To improve the code, you can first reorganize the layout and styling to provide a cleaner, more responsive viewing experience. Consider moving non-essential instructions and theoretical explanations to a scrollable section at the bottom of the page, just as was done earlier, to ensure the main visualization remains uncluttered and immediately visible. Reduce unnecessary white space and ensure that the visual elements are properly centered so that they adapt gracefully to different screen sizes without creating awkward gaps. For instance, when viewed on a narrow screen, the hand diagram and the electrode plots should scale proportionally and stack neatly, ensuring the user can still interact without horizontal scrolling. You can also streamline the JavaScript code for updating EMG signals and handling finger clicks. Instead of using hard-coded finger bending paths and repetitive event listeners, consider using a data-driven approach. This might mean having a compact object or JSON structure that maps each finger's unbent and bent path strings, along with the corresponding electrode amplitude patterns. By looping through this data structure, you can reduce code duplication and make it easier to add or remove fingers, electrodes, or more complex hand movements in the future. For the EMG waveforms, try making the signal generation a bit more realistic. Rather than relying solely on random values and sign functions, you could add logic that simulates small bursts of muscle activity tied more closely to each finger's action. Even just fine-tuning the amplitude transitions or adding subtle smoothing filters could create a more believable signal pattern. Additionally, consider providing a user interface element that allows visitors to tweak parameters like signal amplitude or noise level. This will make the simulation more interactive, letting users experiment and understand how signal quality might vary under different conditions. In short, the code can be improved by refining the layout for better responsiveness and user focus, reorganizing the code structure to be more data-driven and maintainable, and enhancing the signal simulation to be more realistic and adjustable. Over time, these changes will produce a cleaner, more engaging tool that more effectively communicates the relationship between muscle activation and the EMG signals captured in a biomedical context.
Okay, when I remove the title, hey, we want to also reduce the empty spaces in the hand section container. And what else we've got? Yeah, ensure the main visualization remain uncluttered, immediately visible, reduce unnecessary white spaces, properly centered, adapt graphs for different screen sizes. Sounds good. Yes, that's exactly what I want the agent to do. Streamline the JavaScript, updating the image signals and handling finger clicks instead of using hard-coded finger bending paths. Consider using data-driven approach. This might mean having compact object or JSON structure that maps each finger's unbend and bend path. Okay, that sounds interesting.
To improve the code, you can first reorganize the layout and styling to provide a cleaner, more responsive viewing experience. Consider moving non-essential instructions and theoretical explanations to a scrollable section at the bottom of the page, just as was done earlier, to ensure the main visualization remains uncluttered and immediately visible. Reduce unnecessary white space and ensure that the visual elements are properly centered so that they adapt gracefully to different screen sizes without creating awkward gaps. For instance, when viewed on a narrow screen, the hand diagram and the electrode plots should scale proportionally and stack neatly, ensuring the user can still interact without horizontal scrolling. You can also streamline the JavaScript code for updating EMG signals and handling finger clicks. Instead of using hard-coded finger bending paths and repetitive event listeners, consider using a data-driven approach. This might mean having a compact object or JSON structure that maps each finger's unbent and bent path strings, along with the corresponding electrode amplitude patterns. By looping through this data structure, you can reduce code duplication and make it easier to add or remove fingers, electrodes, or more complex hand movements in the future. For the EMG waveforms, try making the signal generation a bit more realistic. Rather than relying solely on random values and sign functions, you could add logic that simulates small bursts of muscle activity tied more closely to each finger's action. Even just fine-tuning the amplitude transitions or adding subtle smoothing filters could create a more believable signal pattern. Additionally, consider providing a user interface element that allows visitors to tweak parameters like signal amplitude or noise level. This will make the simulation more interactive, letting users experiment and understand how signal quality might vary under different conditions. In short, the code can be improved by refining the layout for better responsiveness and user focus, reorganizing the code structure to be more data-driven and maintainable, and enhancing the signal simulation to be more realistic and adjustable. Over time, these changes will produce a cleaner, more engaging tool that more effectively communicates the relationship between muscle activation and the EMG signals captured in a biomedical context.
You're still comparing the two, so the previous one, yeah, pretty much the same, but the new one has details. Otherwise, it's pretty much identical. So we'll have always two versions running. We have another one generated by this video. This is brought to you by ChatGPT 01. Okay, just made okay, I think we are done with this one. If even O1 is struggling, so I'll just leave the old one. Yeah, it's hard to improve it further. What do we need to actually publish it? Yeah, we really want to fix the layout because we also need it for the thumbnail. We also need it for the thumbnail. meant to be keep that in JavaScript or JSON file. Okay, might just continue this one next time. We'll publish it on the website. I might do this offline and then we'll move on to the next tool. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.